bracket. Don't ever send me money in Imposter's Heavyweight bracket. That's fucked up, right? Well, I'm out there actually making an effort trying to stop the fucking scams. And everyone else is like, fucking that Richard, yeah, he's a scammer.
Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. ICOs, pumping dunks, they always try to take you. Buy low, sell high, I'm tired of your fake news. You need a token, you broken, you wanna see some massive gains? Lambo, new crib, model, wife, cash and chain. Look no further at your final destination. Don't be complacent every day when you paper chasing. Choose the best, leave the rest, stop investing like you've pressed. The only crypto that you'll ever need is Hex. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. Your investments are safe, it's got defenses. A mutable contract that pays trustless interest. I don't understand why everybody is hating. Hex is capped at 3.69 inflation. Shares are like hash rate. The higher you take her, the more daily interest that gets paid to the stakers. Always do your own research, don't listen to me though. It's complete, it can't be changed. Hex is finito. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. The game has changed, ain't no going back now. Dummies that called Hex a scam can back down. I hope you understand, I pray that you follow me. You owe the entire Hex family an apology. And stay sober, cash out, the game's over. Hex is here for the market cap takeover. Buckle up, we about to be full throttle. With multiple audits is where we get paid to hodl. We got the game smothered, sisters and brothers, with no expectation of the work from others. It's complicated, I know that there's a lot to this. For your daily Hex updates, tune to Hexologist.
What's up, guys?
Hex is like nothing that you ever been through. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the pumpamentals. If you like what you hear, buy now, stake twice. Just remember, yo, this ain't financial advice. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexican.
Thank you, Richard, for creating and founding the most amazing and disruptive financial technology cryptocurrency ever. Thank you, sir. And nice streams, Mr. BallietBran.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's BallietBran. Let me just mute the D-Live real quick. So hope everyone's doing well. Welcome. It's January 1st, 2021. I was running the intro and then also sharing out the links as well on Telegram. So let me just share out one last link real quick here to the Hex cross promotions. So if anyone's not aware, then you can go to Hex cross promotions, and for like Big Pep streams or any other streams, I'll definitely post those there, and it's a place where all the Hexicans, or at least I think like 33 or 40, something like that, Hexicans put their content there. So Hex cross promotions, that's another one. So yeah, Happy New Year's, guys. We're at 2021. Hex yesterday hit 2 pennies. That's absolutely amazing. I'm really, really excited about that. Let's see, what else do we got? I mean, we're done with 2020. How about that? You know, that's great news. I'm happy about that. And in this stream, we'll kind of discuss the last stream that I did and the last handful of people that we had on. Going forward in the future, I still want to have Hexicans on, and they'll definitely have the opportunity. You know, anyone will, to besides anyone that's on the banned list, but almost anyone will be able to join my stream. but I will be moderating the stream a little bit better the next time. So for anyone out there, yep, happy 2021. This year, I've got a lot of things that I'll be doing differently, and just things that you can improve on, things like this that I'm going to be focusing on. Because the cool thing about Hex, I mean, as a backstory for anyone that might not know, have followed Richard Hart for, and I actually forgot I should open up this blind here in just a second, but been following Richard since 2017 and got into Hex on day one and things like this. But what I was going to say is, now that I've been in Hex for over a year, and it's been longer than that now, it's given me the opportunity to have financial freedom that I've never had before. And what that's allowing me to do is think about things that I want to improve. Like, oh, hey, you need to, whatever's going on in the world and stuff like that, you need to get your ass back to the lifting weights and doing cardio too. So I've got a lot planned this new year, and I'm happy that everyone is in the Hexican community, that we're all supporting each other, and yeah, just appreciate all of you. So we got Duke, are you or Duke, are you? Says Happy New Year. Hex will save us all in 2021, and that's totally true. If I don't open this blinds, guys, the second set of blinds, then it's just gonna be bugging me the whole time. Give me 5 seconds, all right? 5 to 10 seconds. Let the chat get in, and let me just carefully open up this blind. All right, y'all. So don't worry. I wasn't leaving the stream for too long. Just had to get some more light in here. The light bringer, right? Candelabra. Got all these other plants and whatnot. I need to supply them with that lovely photosynthesis. So, all right, let's say what's up to the chat. We already got a lot of Hexicans in the chat. So thank you, everyone. Real Spike. Yo, Hex fam, word up. ReadMax77 says, let's see. It says, "Yo, Bran, happy New Year, bro. We got Old Man Hex in the house." Actually, Real Spike. Now that I think of it, let's get you mod status. I know you've been in here a lot. We got Pava Lava, my man. Cool. And then this 8 Hustler 8 person. They're I'm trying to think how you can. Maybe I'll need to go to Twitch mobile, maybe to Twitch on the laptop here, but I'm gonna get that person some mod status as well. So appreciate everyone. As there's a bit of an intermission real quick here, as I'm making someone a moderator, I appreciate everyone in the Hexican community. Even if you're not, I don't know, in front of a camera or doing things like that. There's so many ways that the Hexicans that they contribute. So last time I made someone a mod, it was really easy on Twitch, but for whatever. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, cool. All right, we're back to the stream here. Okay, guys. So yeah, pretty much we're definitely gonna interact with the chat here, and let's do that now. Okay, so yeah, so 8 Hustler 8, you're a moderator now. Thank you for your support, and that's what I was saying is for every viewer that's watching, you're doing something for the Hex community, and for the people that share out the streams and things like that. We're all doing things in the Hex community. When we contribute this way. And I just want to say I appreciate all of the work. I mean, it's time consuming, guys and gals. No one's paying me for doing this. A lot of it is me wanting to give back and also interact with the Hex community, because I love the Hex community so much. So not only to interact, but to produce content, I guess, and and just maybe educate some of those that are coming into the community. Like I said, I know 8 Hustler 8, they're new from the last time that I communicated with them. So the more that we can educate, the better. All right, so I see that they have a question. Let me just see if I missed anyone real quick here. So it says at Rick James, great. Okay, let's see. So Steven, great to see you, my friend. So Steven _ it's my fishing blog says, throwing this out there as I haven't heard it too much. The 555, the Quattro Cinco stake versus 10 years. The main advantage is to extend your T-shares. Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, that's a totally great question. Let me cover that now. So Steven says, the main advantage is to extend your T-shares over restaking at 10 years. Is that right? And yes, to answer your question, Steve, that's a great question, my friend. And I would love I'd love to address that now. So by the way, we also got people on DLive as well. I'm not going to be leaving DLive. I personally think the more the merrier. So I'm happy that Hexologist. Hey, you know what? Fuck you. You're getting immediately banned from this channel, dude. And no one likes your shitcoin project. So get the fuck out. You're not welcome. And we're getting plenty of YouTube mods to get the Hexican army on people that don't support me. If you don't support me, that's totally fine. But if you got some shit to say, you can go fuck yourself. How about that? So I actually show my face. I provide value. That person, you're not even going to be named. Hide user on this channel. Go fuck yourself. All right? You're welcome. Maybe you'll actually join a right team, and maybe you can actually earn interest trustlessly if you choose Hex. So, one of the things, guys, that I'll address in more depth right now is my last live stream. And, sorry. I mean, I get that it was I enjoyed the live stream, right? Had some fun with all of the friends up until the time that I had another guest come on. And the long story short is this. I mentioned previously that I'm going to be moderating and just giving a little bit of backbone for my live streams and structure. So everyone that's welcome to come on, they totally are. Besides, people that ruin that opportunity and that get banned from that opportunity, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's an opportunity. This is my name that I'm putting out here, Brandon BallietBran, and I'm not going to ruin this. And I'm not going to divide this community that I love so much and that I've been participating in for 3.5 years. I'm not going to allow anyone to destroy my channel or my relationships with my friends. Oh yeah, hey, I think I recognize who you are. I'm inspired. Good to see you, my friend. Don't necessarily want to call out your name unless you're okay with it, but great to see you. So, and Toby as well. Toby, I mean, that's another person, like I said, that, you got so many people that are working really hard in the background and really doing a lot of things with our own time, our own money. When I donate to it's not similar to what Hexologist has. Like when I donate to people in the Hex community, or in the past I used to participate in the raids. Anymore, I don't really participate in the raids just because the life schedules become so busy that I want to balance out my relationship and other things like this that are important. It can't just be a Hex 24/7. Got to have a little bit of balance. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about the channel. Is everyone, besides people that ruin that opportunity, they're welcome to come on. But I got StreamYard. I got the mute button. If I'm gonna invite people on, I don't know. The last stream just kind of felt like a Discord Syndicate stream that I've been on, where we'd have 10 people, and I've got the pro version of StreamYard where you can have 10 people on at a time. But if we can't do it civilly, then what's the point? If we're talking over everyone, or if we're not letting others talk, then that's not a good look, and that's not a good opportunity that I will provide you guys for in the future. So just want to say that. I also want to say, yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even be saying this kind of stuff. Like, even just mentioning the other scams and whatnot. I mean, I don't know. I would kind of just rather ghost it completely. But this person I know is always in the channel. So, but yeah, I mean, there's that's the thing. There are scams on YouTube being live streamed. There are on websites, market cap websites. There are scams being promoted and being advertised. Things like Hex can save these fools from getting scammed. And things like Hex are complete with no admin keys, with when you possess the private keys to your crypto, and when you take the utmost security, then that was kind of like the design intention around the cypherpunk movement and cryptocurrency and being your own bank and shit like this. And anyways, more people should take it seriously instead of just gambling all the time. They're trading one addiction for another, and Richard talks about that a lot. About, well, actually, I don't know if he talked about that much, but I know even from my own anecdotal experience that, yeah, you can go from one addiction to another, whether it's, okay, maybe you're addicted to like food and stuff like that. And then now maybe you're addicted to working out 24/7. And I've had ebbs and flows where the actual scale itself is getting overweighted. So long story short, let's cover some of the chat. Thank you for everyone that's joining. I appreciate everyone kind of willing to join so last minute. And last thing, Happy New Year's, guys. It's 2021, January 1st. It's actually kind of nice that it's 1/1/2021, because that way in America, how we do the month and then the day and then the year, we can actually be on par with the rest of the world, where you do the day and then the month and then the year. So let's say what's up to the community. The community is great, so let's interact. Actually, first I'm going to do it on DLive, just because that doesn't show up here yet until I get all this OBS stuff down. Which, by the way, Crypto Kool-Aid, the gentleman that is doing the designs for Matty Allen's Hex conference, or for the RG3 Discourse Syndicate pirate ship, he actually kind of lives near me, and we're going to be hanging out and getting myself set up on OBS, and I'll be getting educated by someone else that can, maybe teach me to edit some videos, or maybe learn from someone else. So there's definitely more quality in 2021 that's going to exist on this channel. And I want to give everyone the opportunity that has any questions to get those answered. Yeah, so to get those questions answered. So, and sorry if I pause sometimes. That's just me reading someone's question and kind of just thinking about it. So M Inspired, in Richard's earliest videos on. All right, let's scroll up real quick. So yeah, Toby, hey, thank you, man. Have fun being poor. Exactly. I mean, the people that don't invest, that's fine. I'm not like, I don't know. People that don't get it, whatever. They don't get it. Maybe those will be the people buying it in 5 years, 10 years, when we've hit such a virality. Maybe it's going to take $3 Hex, or I don't know, $30 Hex, whatever it is, $100 Hex to get these people to get these people to buy. I mean, it's okay. You're never going to convince everyone. And Richard kind of mentioned that recently in his most recent live stream, that some people, you can repeat something like 10 times in a row and they still won't get it. Well, quit fucking wasting your time with that one person, if it is just one person that you're communicating to, and move on to the next. We need to, I shouldn't say we need to, but at least for myself, like, yeah, I'm just going to be wasting less time on, I mean, sure, one person can make such a big difference, but I'd rather scale that out more. And if one person doesn't get it, fine, dude. You can get left in the wind while a lot of us are getting rich and earning interest trustlessly and doing it securely with no middleman, with no bank, no counterparty, none of that. So and the other thing is, guys, too, that Hex is so addicting and captivating that even people at my work, they come up to me and they say, well, what's this Hex thing and what's this crypto stuff? So many people have such, like, I don't know, crypto was so, and it's kind of is getting away from this, but it used to be so taboo, and now it's slowly getting to the point where it is leaking into the mainstream. So I'm getting to the point where I'm not necessarily addressing my coworkers directly, but I'll sometimes listen to Richard's videos in the background or the Hexican's videos in the background while I'm maybe on lunch break or also working. And yeah, the long story short is all you Hexicans are great, and yeah, I'm kind of talking a lot, so let's get to the rest of the comments. So we got M Inspired, Basat, Young Man Hex. Does future staking affect the current T-shares? Trying to get my head around how much trading affects investing. Annette, hey, good to see you, Annette. And I think, yeah, we've got a lot of people that have won donations or been given donations in this community from SkiCat, and I think she might be one of them. But it's really cool, guys, like, and gals. There's no other community like Hex. I mean, people like SkiCat, whoever they are, people like them are really leading by example. I mean, think about it. They're not asking anything to the best of my knowledge, I should say. They're not asking for anything in return. They're just leading by example, and they're just giving back. And sometimes whether that's like a big amount or a small amount is not necessarily the important part. But for what SkiCat's doing, it's really making a huge difference. And I tell you what, as far as cryptocurrencies go, there's no other cryptocurrency that's giving out $10,000 worth of Hex, and now it's worth more to individuals at a given time. Or last night, I did tune in to Margaret Alicia. Good to see you as well. But so I did tune in last night to the New Year's, the New Year's stream. So that was great with Hexo and RT3. And I actually got a funny photo that I should have had queued up, but I'll show you guys that in a second here in regards to me, Hexo, and RG3 talking about like staking gains or something like that. But the long story short is the Hexican community is great, and I think I've heard Dollar Cost mention this about like sour versus like in Richard too, like honey versus vinegar, and obviously honey is going to be better. But if people are provoked, or you're being, I'm not touching you, fuck you, and get a punch to the face. Those that don't have Hex's best interest in mind, or those that are intentionally and willing trying to compromise Hex and trying to make it not successful or induce failure, those people can all get left in the wind. And as far as I'm concerned, those people need to be not only called out, but they need to be, depending on what the scenario is, sometimes it's just better to just block and go away, which is what I've done in the past. And in other times, it's better to like address the scenario without necessarily mentioning names. So that's just something I wanted to say there. So yeah, thank you everyone. By the way, on D Live we got Hector. Hector's great too. I mean, Hector, he's always supported me for. He's always supported me for a very long time. So appreciate you, my friend, and I appreciate all the holy shit. Appreciate all the Hexicans. I mean, over the time that I've like studied Richard's content for thousands of hours, and over the time of getting into Hex and interacting with the community, I've never had a more exciting time in my life and more of a opportunistic time in my life. So I just want to say thank you to all the Hexicans, and we got Annette that on DLive did one Ninjagini. She says thank you for what you do for Hex, paying it forward. Thank you, Annette, and appreciate that. And it's really cool. Gary with Funding Jim and with Gifting You Hex, he actually had one of the guys from Rye Guy, or he knows some of the people with Hex.toys, but he had a stream on the other day and he kind of talks about cross promotion and things like this. And anyways, I had someone the other day that I've participated in their chat room before, totally unrelated to crypto at all. Like, I'm not even going to mention what the subject matter was, but it was just really cool to see that, even someone else other than my coworkers, other than my friends, was like really curious to see like, well, what the hell is this Hex stuff? Like, and kind of like what Richard does, where he like socially signals with all of his stuff. Like, I obviously don't have any extent to what he has, but sometimes when the people in that cross promotion scenario, or like on Facebook, like my family members see like shit like this, they're like, huh, that's intriguing. Let's make people curious again, and let's make people learn, and then also become wealthy as well, because that's really the goal of Hex. If anyone watches Richard's earlier content, and if they just know him in general, and I actually don't need these headphones right now. Yeah, maybe I won't be yelling now that I don't got these headphones. But one of the things Richard has mentioned is, how do you fix the world? How do we get people wealthy, and how do we get people successful? And you gotta, with what Richard's doing, it seems like with things like Hex, it's cool that he's doing that first and then SciVive second. I mean, I know he had already started the process of SciVive before Hex, but I think it's really cool what Richard's doing, and him creating Hex and just really showing a good example to all the other cryptocurrencies of how something should be done. The only other thing, to my knowledge, and I don't need other people to, like, if anyone mentions other coins and whatnot, let's not have that in here a whole bunch. But to my knowledge, I think it's just Hex and Uniswap that have no admin keys, that have been like legitimately audited, and I guess things like Tornado.cash and some of these other things have been audited as well. And I mean, long story short, yeah, when it comes to Hex and when it comes to all these other cryptocurrencies, if people realize what value is, and if people realize the best product, which is Hex, then eventually it's just going to be a matter of time before Hex overtakes Bitcoin, and it might be Ethereum first that flips Bitcoin, and then Hex flips Bitcoin next. But that's definitely something that's going to happen. And in my prediction, it's either going to be this year or next year that Hex is possibly top one market cap. So that's my bullish prediction. Let's we got a lot of people in the chat, and just so everyone knows, yeah, I appreciate everyone, but I'm also not going to be able to address everyone. So let me just get into some info. Yesterday we hit a penny, or sorry, whoops, 2 pennies. All right, let's go into. Let me share the screen real quick. So this is Uniswap version 2. The hour is good, I guess. So we got the logarithmic turned on. Just uniswap.hex.vision is what I like to do. Cool. We're looking good here. But yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, before the new year ticked over, Hex hit 2 fucking pennies. And this is the version 2, so it doesn't have all of the chart history. In the future, Richard was saying there may or may not be people that, maybe people in the community can do this, but where you can overlay, like where you can, I guess, combine version 1 and version 2, and then somehow overlay that into like one chart. But the long story short is we surpassed the all-time high that was leading into the big payday, and that was really cool. And I think that 2021 is going to be one of Hex's biggest years. I mean, the first year was great, but geez, the second year, I mean, Hex's actual design intention, for people that may or may not know, it's designed, some of the design intentions and some of this actual math that I'll say that the 10,000x in 2.5 years was actually based off of what Ethereum did. And we've already seen that even if you look at what Ethereum's done recently and what it's done in its whole life cycle, that Hex is it's similar. I mean, it's built on top, and it's whatever. It's an ERC20 token and all this stuff, but Hex is the thing. It's like the Amazon that is built on the actual structure for deliveries and stuff. So it's pretty cool what Hex is doing. I think my prediction is 2021. I feel it's going to be 2021 that Hex reaches number one, in my opinion, because it's just a market cap metric, and we've all kind of seen how that's quite the vanity metric. But okay, so as I said, we're looking at 2 pennies that happened yesterday, and when I threw out my invitation for the stream 15 minutes before, we were at like 133% of a penny. And it's crazy that we can go from 2 pennies and we can have, I think it was in like one order on Uniswap. Someone might be able to confirm this and verify this in the chat, but I think it was like one order from what I've heard. This is kind of just secondhand information that other people have said, but that it was like a $800,000 buy, like a $800,000 US dollar buy maybe on Uniswap or something like that. Yeah, and so yeah, that's my prediction. I mean, Hex is the right thing. We saw what Bitcoin did, and Bitcoin, and then we saw what Ethereum did, and all of the Bitcoin maxis, and including Richard at the time, were naysaying what could happen for something that was a better product, Ethereum, that had future developments and that had a team that wasn't restricting its work. So yeah, that's my my prediction on the market cap. And then on the actual price, it's total just prediction and not financial advice and all that good stuff. But I mean, we did great in 2020, but I think in 2021, by the end of this year, like 365 days from now, I think we could, within that year, have reached, I mean, at least $1, but I'm guessing multiple dollars, like $2, $3, maybe even higher than that. Like I'm really fucking bullish, and I don't want to say numbers that are too high, because I don't want to seem like completely unrealistic, but I totally think, ladies and gentlemen, that, I mean, we're already, if we go back to the share screen real quick, let's go to Nomics.com. It's our favorite. If we're going to look at market cap websites, we're going to look at Nomics.com, at least on this channel. It's the preferred. Okay, so this is the top 10, right? You got all these other projects, and then you got the product, Hex. So Hex is top 7 out of the top 10. And we're not going to go into like too much of the metrics, but long story short, yeah, I'm guessing within the year, this will be maybe top either. I'm thinking it could be top 3. If not top 3, it could be top 1. But as far as the pricing goes, yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, $1 just sounds too small. Like, holy shit! If everyone sees how quick the actual Hex price can pump, and how dramatically things can be affected with things like Uniswap, and with things like the X times Y equals K or something like that calculation, it's really cool. We're in so fucking early. We're in so early, guys and gals, and a lot of people don't realize what they have in their hands. And Johnny, actually, I don't really have anything super nice, but all it takes is a little bit of time. You know, a lot of people really don't understand what they do have in their hands. Johnny Chaos, He's also on Twitch. I think he's in the there's a whole description below. If anyone wants to tip Hex or Ethereum or any ERC20, they can. I'll be using that for future, like, not necessarily giveaways, but for future donations to Hexicans as well. But Johnny's mentioned that, and Richard's kind of alluded to the diamond analogy, De Beers. But Johnny's mentioned that, what was it, like, they've got marbles in there. They think they're holding marbles right now. They're actually diamonds, but they're shit, man. I mean, 1 or 2 years, you're literally holding so much future wealth and so much future potential if you're selling now. And so some people, they see 2 pennies and then they put a sell. Whatever, that's fine. Someone took profit. That's fine. The system is not designed for everyone to take profit at once, like Richard's mentioned. If everyone sees their and hey, Nardo, everyone. So myself and Nardo, we're working out the actual schedule and like what time we're gonna do it, but I don't think it's gonna be today because I might be hanging out with Crypto Kool-Aid and whatnot. Brand F and okay, typos. Hey, typos. Fuck it, dude. Who cares? We know what you mean. But myself and Nardo, we've done a video that was kind of like a really cool style that I liked. It wasn't just me talking about Hex the whole time. It was me like interviewing someone, like a one-on-one and kind of a hanging out. Myself and Nardo are going to be doing something soon, maybe in like 1 or 2 days, something like that. Maybe at the worst case scenario, maybe if our schedules don't align before like tomorrow or the next day, I'll just do my normal stream on Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and maybe I'll just have Nardo on, and we'll have another hangout sesh. But yeah, so I got at least that in the books. Myself and Nardo again. For anyone that doesn't know, I went on Joe Hexotic. He's doing some great work, man. That guy is a hard ass worker, I tell you what. But I was on his show the other day, and so was Children of the Grave. It was really cool to hear your story, man. I really think your story was cool to hear, especially as someone that's had. I mean, I have 3 older brothers, and I'm the youngest. But yeah, I've played football, but my brothers played a lot more football than I did. I quit sophomore year. But as someone that has football experience and things like that, I think it's your story with Joe Hexotic was pretty cool, man. And a lot of people can relate to that with the things that you mentioned. So I thought your story was cool. But yeah, myself and Nardo are going to be doing something soon. I've got a lot of other people that I've talked to. Someone actually last night that was on Hexologist, I think for the first time, on with Hexologist and Discourse Syndicate. It was, I think, like Merlot Mommy was the wife's name, but Ace Dave or something like that. This gentleman that I'll be doing another interview with as well. It's like Ace of Spades or something like that on Twitter. But he was actually the guy for anyone that is like, who the hell are you talking about? This was the guy that lives. I don't know where he lives, but he lives up north, obviously, and he was climbing the tree and was doing something with like a 35-foot tree, like was going to climb it and cut it off or something. So that guy. He's I haven't really interacted with him much, but he's got a YouTube channel that I'll link to after this. He also wants to do at least one video with me, and I'd love to know more about that guy. Sweden, Andres. No, I believe honestly, I think he lived in Canada. I've seen his streams before. Let me actually just see if I can. 1 second. It's like 8-Bit Dave. See, here's the problem, guys, with and this is not necessarily a problem, but just a recommendation. I think it's 8-Bit Dave, something like that. If you're gonna, no, it wasn't 8-Bit Dave. Anyways, if you're gonna produce content and you're going to be on multiple streams, try and have the same username, because otherwise it's a shitty ass experience. And if something's a shitty experience, and if something takes more than one step or takes more memory and people got short attention spans, then the likelihood of them going to those other channels and you actually getting followed and them listening and whatnot is less likely. So for anyone out there, I've seen it a handful of times. Like, and if you're a new person, just try try and like I said, pick a name that you can use across all platforms and that's not taken already, because that's part of what comes out with picking a name. Yeah, it is 8-bit Dave. It's just with ATE. So I'm gonna share this right now. But part of the process, ladies and gentlemen, with picking a name is those things. You know, if you think about those things in the future, just like with Hex, Maddie Allin says, or Maddie Allen says, if you with Hex you can pay yourself in the future, and that's really what it is. But if you can have that lens, and if you can have the time and the perspective. One thing Richard's mentioned is humans live a lot longer than they think they're going to. I mean, even with RG3, with himself, a lot of people have mentioned like, oh, you know, I thought I'd be dead by this age or whatever, so I just, you know, live the super, you know, crazy, whatever, fast and go life, and that's great. But to Richard's point, a lot of people do live a lot longer than they think they're going to, and so at the end of the day, all of us have time. And if we can be considerate of our time and just pay ourselves in the future, you know, just plan stuff now, then we can really do well. So, all right, let's we're just on me. Let's look at some of the Hexicans. But I did share 8-bit Dave. That was one of the guys on. I got another friend there from, I think, from the gym. That's on Facebook, but yeah, I did share 8-bit Dave's channel, I think on DLive and on YouTube. So to everyone's knowledge, that was the person that was climbing the tree in really fucking cold weather. So they're in Celsius. Like, as someone's got a girlfriend that's not American, yeah, they use Celsius, which means it's a lot fucking colder than just Fahrenheit. So. Yeah, you looked like you were having a blast. I mean, here's the thing. I was not at the beginning of it, but you know, sometimes I'll have a drink, and didn't intend on all the Hexicans to come in, but yeah, I was a little bit towards the end. Let's just say in the future, I don't want to be like drinking a whole bunch on stream. And one thing that Richard's mentioned is he's stopping alcohol too, but I don't know. I don't want to have my show be like, oh, you know, Bran has a whole bunch of people on, and I was kind of going back and forth too, but I don't know. I just want to be more responsible and more professional in that regard, you know, not getting too buzzed, I guess. So yeah, I mean, I was having a blast. It was a great time. And then I saw the aftermath of what it did, and it caused a lot of tension, and not necessarily even tension, but just like I said, there's people in the community that have short-term goals, they've got long-term goals, and they've got things that are, you know, part of their goals. Do they affect Hex in a good way, or do they affect Hex in a bad way? You know, this channel is for me to interact with all the Hexicans, me to do streams, and me to have you guys on as well. But it's also something that, yeah, I want to be professional, and I don't want to. I mentioned that earlier, but not trying to ruin these relationships. If we're going to be in here for 15 years with a lot of the cutthroats that I know, I'm not going to let one bad apple ruin that relationship. So there's you know, rules going forward that, hey, if I'm going to have people on, and the other thing is too is if I'm talking and someone like tries and like over talks, like, sure, I'll be mindful of social signals as well, but yeah, don't talk over people. And these are just the ground rules now. I'm kind of just setting them now. I never did in the beginning when I should have, but yeah, never talk over the moderator themselves, and also, yeah, you know, just be respectful when you. I won't be having that many people on a stream probably again in the future, because it does get pretty rowdy, and it's kind of hard to manage from like a solo show. But in the future, I don't know, maybe like 6 people max, something like that. That's more manageable. That's not so crazy. That way we can all, at the end of the day, this is for you guys. I mean, this is for me too, but we all want to have a good experience. And some of the comments that I got was like, oh, this person was talking over that person, and I know for myself that, like, even with like Joe Rogan back in the day when I used to watch him, that if you got two people they're both emotional about something and they're talking at the same time, well, guess what? You can't hear what the fuck they're talking about because they're talking over each other. And then it's like, okay, I can't even hear either one of you guys. So let's, if you're going to come on and whatnot, and if I'm going to grant that permission, then just, use it respectfully. Otherwise, I'll just mute your ass and pull a RG3 like he did the other day. So anyways, let's interact with the chat. Pabalaba, thanks, man, for or lady, whatever you are. Thanks for always being here. You're always pretty good too. Let's see here. So Hexican, I live in Massachusetts. Too cold for me. I'm Puerto Rican and tropical. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I live in Washington and Seattle area, greater Seattle area. And fortunately, the weather here, I mean, yeah, Seattle and other, or Washington State, I should say, and other states get more rain than others, but I like it over here. So kind of just stick to my own thing anyways. And this person as well, yeah, good comment. Being sober ain't a bad thing, and kudos to you, Bran. I mean, yeah, that's one of the things I really like with what Joe Hexotic is doing. I'd rather drink water. Yes, Bran, the chat got a little out of hand. And that's the other thing too, is yeah, I should have had a little bit of, if I wasn't inebriated, I might have been more sober to make that decision that like, oh, that's going to be a shit show. But long story short, that won't be happening again. But yeah, I mean, as someone that has parents on both sides of my mom's side and dad's side that have alcoholism so heavily rooted in multiple generations of both sides, it's always something I've kind of like considered, like, yeah, my dad's alcoholic and he's been, sober for like 3 years and great, but I can have that opportunity as well with the genetics to really get fucked up too. So yeah, I mean, 2021 is here. The time for change is now. And as cliche as some of the people that in the past, I would always see they'd go to the gym, right, for like 1 or 2 weeks and then just not do it at all. This time it's definitely different, and I've made a lot of success in the past with physical goals and with other goals as well. So the alcohol is definitely getting cut out for a while. I need to control that shit, and I'll just control it by abstaining. Let's see. So Hexican, I went to Seattle for a job right off Elliott Avenue. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm in downtown near Pike Place. Downtown near Pike Place. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, Seattle's cool. Honestly, if I wasn't dating my girlfriend and if she didn't live out here, probably wouldn't be coming to Seattle very much. It's not all peaches and cream. Unfortunately, there's a lot of homelessness and drugs and all these other things that can kind of make it not the most pleasant experience. Have you been to Red Mill? No, I haven't. I have no idea what that is. I'll check it out though. So let's look at the D Live chat. Thank you again, Annette, for that Ninja Genie. And we got Michael Hex, 1 lemon. Let's see. Annette again, an ice cream. Thank you. Let's see. Does anyone? You didn't miss nothing. Northernmost Hexer. You can watch my last stream if you want. It caused a lot of just watch my last stream if you want to know. RG3 should have died 130 years ago, Passat. Exactly. I mean, I'm not supporting that, but obviously it's a joke. I mean, yeah, we make decisions today that affect our lives today. And I've had friends that made decisions to drink and drive and kill themselves on accident. And I've had lots of people around me in my close vicinity of life make stupid decisions that affected their lives in dramatic ways or other people's lives in dramatic ways. And it's like, man, Hex is great. It's given me the opportunity to have money on paper gains and stuff like that, obviously, until you realize them. But it's given me the opportunity to have more money than I've ever had and like a cool look out for the future. And to be excited for in the future. But yeah, it's not all about Hex. I mean, we gotta stay healthy for those 15-year stakes. I mean, it's a lot of people just do the one day at a time, and that's why in Hex they some people can't even comprehend locking for 5,555 days. And so that's why for Christmas, I gave every one of my family members and the girlfriend and some friends and whatnot too, some Hex. And I think one of the really cool things about Hex is, not only can we all work together, the Hexican Space Force, can we, support each other and work on each other's goals, but if we get more adoption and we spread the word of what Hex is doing, one thing Richard's mentioned is that Hex is such not necessarily addicting thing. Like, I mean, it is, but it's such a complete and such a amazing product that all people need to do is just hear about it. And all we need to do is just get it in front of people's faces. I mean, the Hex product itself, especially when people use it, which is why we should be donating to the new people, it definitely gives them the opportunity to spread that to their network, which is kind of like a cross promotion. So, and it was really cool. I want to say as well, I like I said, didn't attend the whole event of oh, cool. Well, Johnny's streaming as well. That's Johnny's streaming as well. You guys can support him as well. He's streaming there too. But it was really cool to see Adrian on have I been to Vancouver? Yeah, not very often though. Canada or Washington, I should actually ask. But it was really cool to see Adrian, ladies and gentlemen, last night, because he went on a Discourse Syndicate stream on a Friday night, and it's nice to see that he is doing better. And I think a lot of us in the Hex community, sometimes we're so passionate about something that like I said, if someone needs to be punished for the bad behavior, then we should do that. But we should also allow people like Adrian's a really good example where, or people like Naga Bo. Like Naga Bo was, I mean, shit. Everyone should. Let me share the screen right now, because I watched this video like 4 different times, and I tell you what, Naga, he's the man. Fuck, that guy is great. Let's share the screen real quick here. So as I'm kind of like, let me talk to fill the time while I share the screen. One thing Naga mentioned is he has a lot of qualifications and he's got a lot of experience that aren't cryptocurrency related that he can share and that he can have people learn from. So I think it's great that he's going to he's also got like 5 books that he's worked on, and he said he has 5 more that he's got planned for the future. But I think it's really cool what he's doing, and someone like himself needs to really be recognized, and we all need to support that guy. So let's do this real quick here. So yeah, his video was Happy New Year. And even Naga himself, like I watched this video, like I said, like 4 or 5 times already, which is awesome. And I still need to actually share it out, but yeah, he was talking too about being sober and using some of the Hex that was donated from Ski Cat to go to his 5 kids and lock it for X amount of time. So I think that's pretty cool. So we have it here. Let's share the screen real quick. And yeah, once again, thank you for everyone that's joining. We'll definitely be off before Hexologist. At the very latest, we'll get off when he gets on. So I will be keeping my eye out for that notification. All right, so we're finally at the share screen there. Whoops, that's BallietBran. Whoops. Let's remove this. Sorry about that. I had 2 YouTube tabs pulled open right here. Happy New Year. Okay, so this is it. Nagabo talks about he's got a lot of these like meditation and spiritual things and energy related things that he's done courses on and done practices through. So he also did paralegal in his in his trade, and he knows paralegal stuff. So he was mentioning for like people that are struggling right now, and a lot of people are that aren't in crypto, and especially that aren't in Hex. But he was mentioning that if people like need help, like if they're being like harassed by the banks, that they're gonna take their house and stuff like that, talk with Naga first, because he knows a lot about his shit. So yeah, I mean 2021, guys and gals, it's gonna be another fucking great year for the Hexicans. I can tell you that much. But one of the things Naga talked about it as well was that, yeah, I mean, a lot of people, even right now, with the circumstances that are going on, almost said the word, but a lot of people are struggling, and a lot of people aren't working jobs and things like that. So if we've got things like Hex that can pay us in the future, or if we've got financial stability through things like Hex, then maybe we can give other people that opportunity as well by just exposing them to Hex. So Ryan Newland, hey, good to see you, my friend. First time seeing you, so great to see you. So yeah, have I ever been to Vancouver? Like I said, I know there's Vancouver, Canada, and Washington. Never actually been to Canada, eh? I've only been to Mexico. It's the only country out of America that I've been to. F5 Networks. All right, let's cover some DLive stuff. Michael North, good to see you. Children of the Grave, good to see you as well. I mentioned he was on Joe Hex.doctor's stream. Actually, Freddie Quotes will be going on Joe Hex.doctor's stream, I think today. I think tonight maybe. You'll have to go on his channel, his Twitter, and see what the time is. But Freddie Quotes is definitely going on, and that's another person similar to RG3, where they kind of share this aspiration that they want to do things in the future, like helping the homeless and stuff like this, and getting some people back on their feet, which I really think is cool. I mean, I spoke in my last stream, I think before I had people on, that you're only as strong as your weakest link. And my parents definitely kind of, at least to my knowledge, kind of instilled that to me growing up, and it's something that I firmly believe in. So if in Hex or if in anything we've got weak links, then if you want that thing to succeed, you need to help those weak links, So it's cool what Freddie Quotes and what RG3 want to do in the future with helping those people. And even now, I mean, like people like Crypty Girl, who's, I don't know, Gen Z and whatnot, that kind of had concerns of like working a job for the rest of her life until she's like 60 and all this stuff. People like her won't have that problem in the future because of people like SkiCat, and Hex can definitely change people's lives in many ways, more than just one. So I think that's really cool. Yeah, and I've seen other people. My girlfriend is on Twitter. I've seen other people. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna really like mention her. I mean, I've mentioned her and I'll still refer, but I don't necessarily want people to know who she is, because I've seen other people that are Hexicans that have been vulnerable to that. They've put that vulnerability out there, and I've seen just trolls say disgusting things that I don't want to expose my GF to that unnecessary trolling. Like, fuck that. So sorry, gonna have to deny. I'm sorry. Just looking out, there's operational security, and on Twitter, when I initially got into crypto, it was under the Brian Jones and things like that. And my name isn't Brian, it's Brandon. So I was happy to go out there, but yeah, as far as things like that, all this stuff, it's, yeah, I want to look out for her security too. Because I tell you what, man, trolls, these other communities, these toxic people, they will do things that, if someone else mentioned this, I think it was Johnny Chaos on one of his streams, but if someone has nothing to lose, then they'll do crazy things. And a lot of these trolls, they're wasting their lives. Like, they're just wasting their times commenting on people's streams, And it's like, man, if someone's willing to waste their time like that and troll, then they're probably not someone you want to associate with. So Hex Yoda, great to see you. And cool, got mods putting in work. Good job, people. Michael North says, spent a good bit of time in Texas, Louisiana, Virginia, Florida. Geez, you've been everywhere. Florida, Georgia, doing the music thing. Hey, that's cool. The road, making the sacred loud sound. Hey, what kind of music do you make? I'd be curious. What genre? You know, what do you play? What do you play? Because as someone that's got a grandpa and my dad loves music too. Music is quite a passion on both sides of my family. But as someone that's got a grandpa that has been singing for many decades, like over 40 or 50 years, that's not the only instrument that he can play. So I think it'd be cool if you elaborate. That's really cool. The cool thing about Hex is one thing Richard mentioned. A lot of people, they think $1 million is a lot. They think, oh, if I just get it, like your average Joe, they just think, oh man, if I get $1 million, like life is just going to be everything and life is just going to be fine and you can retire and all this stuff. And it's like, man, that is not a lot of money at all. Like so many people just have it so backwards. They would rather, I'm not saying living lavishly isn't a bad thing, but a lot of people stay poor and they stay broke because they're too worried about what other people think. And they're too worried about, the newest car. Like if they can't afford it and they're buying things that are above their means, then they're just wasting money that they could be investing in things like Hex that would yield a lot more money to where they could buy the Lambo. But shit, I don't like Lambos. I'd kind of agree with, I think like dollar cost or something like that. I'd rather get like a Bentley or something badass, Rolls Royce. But all it takes is a little bit of time. And the stream has kind of been just me ranting the whole time. If you're new, what we do, what this show is about, what I'm passionate about is this thing called Hex. Let me share the screen. You can find out more about Hex on Hex.com. So yeah, that's what I got on the shirt, on not necessarily the shirt, but the tank top. It's what I got on the little necklace thing there. And I got a lot of hexagons everywhere. I mean, shit, we got binder here. This was on, I think, one of the Hex telegrams, like Hex Design or Hex Dreams, maybe. So that's one. Got one right there. I actually got a better quality that I'm going to be replacing these photos with. This one's cool. I like this one. Your future is brighter than you think. So with Hex, shit, you can look forward to the future. With Hex, you can have something like 2020 go down, and you can have at least your finances not be super impacted if you've got other investments that are doing really well. So this is Hex. What is Hex? Well, it's a cryptocurrency, and it's something that allows you to earn interest trustlessly. And we're kind of just going to cover some Hex stuff right now for like maybe just an average Joe that might not know much about Hex. I kind of want to stop ranting for a whole bunch and just talk a little bit about Hex for anyone that might be new. So what Hex is, this is the website, just Hex.com. It's a cryptocurrency. It's a cryptocurrency that's similar to your traditional, like if you're going to tell someone about something, analogies are great. If you're going to teach them about something. So in the traditional financial system, we've got bonds, certificate of deposits, things like this. And it's similar to a certificate of deposit in the way that it will pay you it'll pay you more if you lock up for longer. So in the traditional system, Richard's mentioned that some CDs will do 20% extra for every year extra that you lock up for. So Hex is very similar, except it's not dollars you're being paid in. It's It's not 20% in dollars, it's 20% in shares, which is the currency there. So you get paid to lock up for longer. If you up to 3 times longer. If you lock up for 10 years, you can get 3 times the shares. And I'll show you some stakes that I've got on an example wallet that we can look at. So yeah, this is Hex.com. We got all these little Hex taxis in front of this badass crib. Yeah, this is a really cool photo. I like it a lot. It looks very nice. So we got a whole bunch of and 11,500% in 129 days. That's great. I've got this top hat here that's got 116x, so 11,600%. And it's cool to think that we surpassed the hell out of that yesterday. So that's cool. So yeah, this is the Hex.com website. And then we can also, this is on Brave. The developers just cross-confirmed that this works on Brave too. So we're going to go to go.hex.com as well. So hex.com, the front, the main website, but the actual go.hex.com is like a front end for the smart contract, because that's what Hex is. Like you are the miner when you stake. It's no one paying you. It's the contract that's got set rules, and you actually end up paying yourself and minting your own rewards. Yeah, Michael North says, Michael_North on DLive says, I have to get streaming here because I've about had it with YouTube. I'll tell you what. Someone like Hexologist, if anyone followed Hexologist before he got banned, let me just switch this over to me real quick. If anyone followed, Conrad Zen's palace, it's someone's palace. It's a badass palace. Shit, what the hell was I gonna say? Oh, okay. If someone like Hexologist, that back in the day before he got banned, and he's still very PG, like he's never done anything, in my opinion, to ever be ban worthy or get banned. But if someone like him, just randomly, I was watching the stream, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what happened to YouTube? Someone like him can be just banned immediately, and just, this is what we say. This is what we say, or you don't even get an answer. This just is what it is. This is the Iron Fist YouTube. If they can be removed so quickly, like Hexologist that didn't do anything, then yeah, we need to be streaming on more platforms. And for Michael North's point, I don't think I've ever seen your content, but yeah, the more the merrier. I mean, the whole point in Hex for Hexologist switching to Twitch is because it's a bigger market. The more the merrier. And it's to the point where I'm kind of like contradicting what I'm talking about. So someone like myself, I'm going to always stay on these 5 platforms, YouTube right now, Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, and DLive. I want to be streaming on more too. I just use StreamYard. But someone like Hexologist, I think what he's doing is great. Only streaming, and same thing with Big Pep actually. They're only streaming on Twitch, on Twitch, because they're like some sort of verified partner or some sort of partner, and for them it's great. That's great for Hexicans to be focused on a bigger, broader market. There's a lot of eyeballs over there, but someone like myself, I want to stay on these channels as well, because YouTube is where the eyeballs are at as well, and the more the merrier. So good for you. Oh, okay. I think BitChute is rolling out streaming fairly soon. Well, and that's great as well. I mean, I don't know, the whole censorship thing, like Richard mentioned with YouTube, he's still going to stay on there because that's where like the new people are at, and that's where the potential is. So BitChute's great. I've heard of it before, but you're going to have more opportunity with something like a YouTube than BitChute, in my opinion, until it gets adopted. All right, let's read some of the comments. Children of the Grave says, I love me some metal, blues, jazz, funk. Hey, me too. I love all of it, man. I love almost all of it, I should say. Yeah, because for me, it's not necessarily like, oh, I love this genre or this or that. Where you may have preferences, I kind of notice like the artist in them. So whether it's, say, if it's like a painting and you're like, okay, I might not like this the most, but I can at least admire the design intention or that person's reflection and whatnot. So yeah. Let's see here. So Toby saying, want to chat on stream for a few? I need to set up. Let me know. Yeah, you can come on. Sure. We're gonna cut it off when Hexologist gets on here. But I know Toby's been doing a lot in the background, and I kind of want to hear more about it. So yeah, dude, get set up, and I'll throw it out to you. No problem. Toby will be the only person that I throw it out to, just because I want to hear what he has to say. So Toby, let me pull up the Telegram. Let me stop sharing the screen real quick here, and let's pull it up on the Telegram. All right, so a little bit of dead air real quick here while I'm throwing out the link to Toby. Oh, geez. Okay. Well, all right. There's that, Toby. It's on Telegram. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, we're gonna wait for Toby. He's got some stuff that he wants to tell us. So I'll kind of just give him the floor, and we'll just give me like 15 minutes. Yeah, no worries. I honestly forget what. It kind of sucks, I do follow Hexologist and I watch him every day, but sometimes I forget like what is the exact start time, and maybe I just need to go on his D Live and look at that. I mean his Twitch and look at that. But with the daylight savings, I had a certain time that it was for me, and then with him only being on Twitch, holy shit. Hey, Ski Cat, I don't know what to say, man. Thank you very much. Ski Cat donated 1 ninja. It says, Brandon Balliet or BallietBran. Happy New Year. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for all you do for Hex. Hey, thank you, Ski Cat. And that's what I'm talking about. People like Ski Cat literally changed so many lives. And the difference is, how should I say this? I don't know. It's accentuating and it's accelerating the up and to the right awareness of Hex. I mean, Hex has an absolute adoption. Yeah, Ski Cat's in the room. He just donated. But yeah, exactly. Got the little Ski Cat's great. Thank you very much. He says, holy shit, is it okay? 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right. Well, in that case, we might not have time for that, Toby, if it's going to take 15 minutes. I mean, you can definitely come on for as long as Hexo streaming, but people like Ski Cat and even people like Hexo and RG3, they with what they're doing and the donations and giveaways. Someone tell me, because I was watching the stream, did anyone get a tattoo of Motley said he was going to? And let's see, Gary Funding Jim. I want to see those photos, but I guess he was like trying to take like from what it sounded like one of these pens and try and do his own Richard Hart tattoo, which is pretty funny. So if anyone knows, I'd be curious to see if anyone got a tattoo, because that shit's hilarious. I mean, I think that's great. LOL, Gary, but why? Gary, I love that guy, man. He's not only is he super successful and knowledgeable, but man, that guy, he knows an opportunity and he knows how to pounce on opportunities. So I know Motley said he was going to get one, so I don't know if he did or not. But what were the other challenges? There was like, I guess I should be talking more about that. Yeah, there was a talent show. We got a Blue Bum that was doing like some like acrobatic stuff, and so while he was singing a song, some sort of like Italian song, it sounded like. Oh shit. Yeah, man, Ski Cat is just totally in the joint, man. Another ninja. Hey, whoever Ski Cat, whatever, and whoever, and guy or girl, whatever. Really, really appreciate you. Thank you. means a lot. And yeah, that's just gonna go back to the Hexicans, throwing lemons at the Hexicans. So yeah, I don't really. I mean, I'm on Twitch too, but the whole bits thing, I haven't really gotten all that stuff down yet, So maybe with all the other Hexicans, we can people like Gary and whatnot, we can definitely send those lemons too. So thank you. Yeah, exactly. Let's show the comment. They're like, yeah, Gary's a good guy. He's motivated. Oh, okay. Bran, where were you when Hex hit 2 cents? I was at my house. I was listening to Hexologist. Yeah. I've sometimes when I listen to Hexologist, I'll be like recently be like on like the cycle bike. So I'm on my phone, and with like things like DLive, you can't really tag them on mobile. But it's cool that a Hexologist is on Twitch, because I tell you what, on mobile with Twitch, you can just do the @ and it'll automatically show their name. So it auto-populates it instead of you having to do it. But yeah, I was at my house, and I've gotten all my family members into Hex, and even to the ones that aren't, even to the ones that might have, like, I don't know, they're not as interested, or they might have questions. They're still in Hex. I mean, they don't have to spend their money on Hex, but I've spent my money. My uni airdrop is what I did that with, and I got those people some stakes and whatnot. And my dad, my grandpa was even like, "Bran, what's Hex? Can I put like X amount of dollars into it?" And it's really cool to see that. I mentioned earlier in the stream, people like okay. Sorry about that. We're gonna end the stream soon. I mean, yeah, Hexologist, he's going on soon. But kind of lost track. Sorry guys, kind of got distracted by something else. Let's see. So anyways, yeah, let's cover one of the comments here. So yeah, their point was, when Hex hit 2 cents yesterday, where were you? And yeah, I was at my house in Bellevue. Imagine our reactions when Hex is in the dollars. LOL. I think it was on last night's stream, but people don't understand when I say that it's going to go to dollars. Yeah, it's obviously speculative, but the way that Hex works, and the way that the actual system and the supply gets burnt, and it's not on the current market when you lock it until it's realized when that stake gets ended, because of things like that, and because of the origin address being the big fucking whale that is in the future always going to stay the big whale. Like in other cryptocurrencies, you got some bad actors that can kind of ruin projects, but I think it's, yeah, exactly. That was my point. I kind of got distracted by something else that was different, but yeah, Hex, in my opinion, this year, 2021, it's going to dollars, multiple dollars. Unhexable. It's coming sooner than most think. That's exactly right. And just look at the staking habits. Even with myself, I thought when I was staking in January of 2020, like, oh, okay, we'll do a year stake and after big payday and all this stuff. But now, when some of my stakes have ended, I thought I was going to realize profit, and it's like, nope, Cuatro Cinco, or 10 years out, or let's put it on to this rung of the ladder. And it's really cool to see. Richard mentioned that I think it was the God Whale. Yeah, it was the God Whale. They had claimed like 200 million Bitcoin, or sorry, 200 million Hex with their Bitcoin, and they had locked for like a year. And then when that claim came up recently, their stake was about to end. They locked it for 15. So Richard was saying like, oh, I don't know if. Richard was saying like, yeah, I don't know if this person's going to sell on the market, but the person locked for 15 years. So when we're talking about price, and you've got people that are locking, that much money and that much Hex for that amount of time, then it's just reducing the supply that's on the market. Like right now, the amount that's on the market is not a lot in relative to the total supply. And when people look at the total supply, they think that all of that's available. No, it's not. The only thing that's available is what people are willing to, provide liquidity on Uniswap or wherever the liquidity is. So if you've got limited liquidity and you've got a finite supply, then the De Beers analogy, the supply and demand kind of makes the things that are more rare more valuable. So let me just respond to a text message real quick here. 1 second, guys. Okay. We're going to set a 15-minute timer, and Toby, we'll have to do it the next time. So 15-minute timer. I don't know if Hexologist is on at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time, but either way, I'm going to end it at 15. So I don't got other people getting too mad, So anyways, yeah, Hex is going to go to multiple dollars. It's not if, it's when. And that's really all it is. It's when. And when you look at the price that Bitcoin did, I mean, it was sub penny, and now it's, what is the Bitcoin USD price? It went from under a penny to right now 29,338. When you got things like that appreciate in value at such a rapid rate, and you see what Bitcoin's done, then what Hex has done in a year is kind of like the new level. Like Bitcoin, great. Bitcoin nearly 3 million X now in, I don't know, like 10 or 11 years, whatever it's been. But things like Hex, like that was kind of one standard. And then things like Ethereum was another, the 10,000X in 2.5 years, like Richard mentions. And then Hex, blam, up and to the right. Hex is that like Allin says, like 3G crypto, and Internet 1.0, Internet 2.0, Internet 3.0, things like that. In the 90s, even though I was born in 96, in the actual, like from my dad's anecdotal stories and from other people's stories, when new technologies come out, there's only a finite amount of people, or stocks or anything. There's only a finite amount of people that get in it in the beginning. And you got early adopters and all these things. And right now, we're just a little bit over a year in Hex being released. And we're still so early, guys and gals. Like the actual locks for 15 years, well, it's actually 5,555 days. So I've actually never done this math. Probably should have, but Cuatro Cinco. Oh, I knew it. It's more than 15. It's 15.219, 15.219 years. So when you got people that are restaking, and in 15 years, and like in March and stuff, you got so many people that are like, oh, what's this person gonna do when their billion Hex comes out, or what's this person going to do with their 100 million? Like, I can see their stakes. What are they going to do? But it's like, hey, a lot of people see the actual product, and a lot of people, they're starting to get the concept of Hex and of the share rate and things like that, where they're realizing this by the time they end their stake. And a lot of these people are restaking, including myself. Bitcoin didn't have Iron Fist, origin address, or time-locked stakes. We will blow Bitcoin's initial performance away. Well, okay. Hey, yeah, I will spam. Great question. These are the people that we need to cater to. We'll answer it in just a second. Robert online. Happy New Year, Hexicans. Hey, you too, Robert or Bob. Thank you. Thank you for the diamond. And yeah, 2021. 2020 was obviously, everything going on in the world is what it is, but it was a great year for Hexicans financially. And even the people that did FOMO on day one, and people that donated to the origin address on accident, or people that lost money in other tokens and all that stuff, even the people that got in Hex like yesterday or things like that, like Hex is always just more inviting, and it's more intriguing to stake. Every single day, like today is the best time to stake. Like right now is the best time to stake. as far as the future and things like that. So anyways, I'm sorry. I will spam says, what is the concept of Hex? Let me tell you. I really don't understand it. What Hex is, it's a cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. Ethereum is a cryptocurrency. What does Bitcoin do? Okay, you can buy it, you can send it. Can you build on top of it? No, spaghetti code. Let's see, what else can you do? Can you time lock Bitcoin? I think you can. You can lock your Bitcoin, but it's something that doesn't reward you. And what Hex does is it rewards you for locking it. It's similar to the legacy financial certificate of deposit, or like a bond. Like when I was growing up, my grandpa, he's 90. He would give us savings bonds, and that would mature from $25 principal to 50, and that was appreciating in interest. But what Hex does is it does a similar thing to what Bitcoin does. So in Bitcoin, you've got mining, except it's physical. And Hex, you've got mining, except it's via staking. And so at the end of the day, the actual way that the system works and the way that, I don't know, all of the algorithms go is Bitcoin, the miners, they're dumping on the market because they need to pay their electricity bills. And then in Hexicans, the miners, the stakers, they're getting paid the inflation, the 3.69% inflation, but they're getting paid when they end their stakes. Like it's delayed in the future. So it's actually, yeah, my brother, he says Hex is a lot better than the savings bond. Am I right? Exactly. So we actually do have Toby in the background. So we're gonna bring him on until my timer ends. All right. So let's hear what Toby's up to. Let's add him to the stream. Can you? Oh, actually, put in the headphones. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we're great on the audio. How you been, Toby?
Good, man. I got Baby Yoda with me.
I like it, dude. It's cute, man. There's a couple like Hex Yoda and stuff like that. So
he's using the Space Force.
Nice, dude. I got mine right here.
Nice.
I'll put mine on too. I love it.
Yeah, Hex toy up here. Where's he gonna go? All right. But yeah, Hex toys finally came through. I'm waiting on my pin. Did you get one of the pins?
No, I only bought the hat, to be honest. But yeah, I definitely plan on getting more Hex apparel and
right on. Well, hey man, I know we're short on time, so
take the wheel.
Go to bed. Sorry, Grogu's
a
little fussy. I woke him up.
Yeah, let's hear what. I know you've been working hard. Let's hear whatever you want to say.
Yeah, man. Well, first off, I just wanted to say thank you so much, because it's like you are killing it, kid. It's like you're just out there. You're everywhere. I mean, every time I turn around, it's like you're on Twitter, you're on Twitch, you're on DLive, you're popping up on other people's streams. You got people coming on yours. Ski Cat's, taking notice. That's freaking super cool. He just followed me on on Twitter, and I'm like, is that really Ski Cat? Is that a fake Ski Cat? I don't know. So
I didn't know until like yesterday. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah. So, but that's exciting. And, I just wanted to kind of tease a little bit, about it. There's a handful of other Hexicans that I've got in the loop, but we've got a super secret fun project in the works at no small expense, but hey, it is what it is. And I think it's going to be really super cool. Hopefully, I'm looking for a release in probably February, maybe March. We're waiting on Hexologist and RG3 to commit. They're just so busy, and they do so much for the community already. So I don't really want to push them, but Crypty's involved, and Ski Cat's in the loop. Richard's in the loop. You're in the loop. A lot of the major faces are already on board. So hopefully Richard and RG3 will FOMO in, as Crypty was saying the other day to me, before it gets to the deadline.
For sure, man. No, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it's really cool that people like yourself and there's other Hexicans kind of doing their own like projects or things that they can do to provide value or content. And I think that's really cool. Even the people that are like cross promoting, like people like Joker didn't, when they started out streaming, it wasn't just crypto. It was kind of, I think, other things. So it's really cool what the community as a whole is doing. And then you got Ski Cat and just a whole bunch of people.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Joker, I guess he's no longer doing it on D Live. I guess he got booted or something, but he's on Trovo, which I wasn't familiar with before, which is super cool. And he's on board with the super secret project. And I'd love to get Naga Bo in there. It's like that latest video that he put out just freaking kills me. And I don't know if you just saw the one that, oh gosh, I can't think of the Hexican now that posted it, but it's just a really short clip. And oh my, I almost fell out of my chair. It's just so funny. I mean, that guy is just, I mean, he's a walking meme. He's hilarious. But what else was I going to say? Oh yeah. The dip after that pump, it's like and this is a great example because, you know, I was admittedly like technically, what do they call it? A degenerate trader, years ago. I did better than most, but, and dug myself out of a hole, but it was at no small expense and time and energy and hair follicles, and relationships. It's a lot of stress doing the trading thing. So that's why I'm so adamantly against it now. And so happy that Richard, kind of puts out there the ills of trading and how much better it is to be staked. And had I not been staked with that big pump and then immediate dump, I don't know, man. It's like I could have got a little shaky and might have dumped some, but, sure. and I actually had not a small amount liquid as it pumped, just because I had some stakes that ended. And because of the training that I've had over this last year with staking, not trying to make the quick flip, not trying to chase the short-term immediate gratification, I staked that shit at midnight, 3.149 million shares, staked them out past the averages, like over 5 years, I don't know. But, I could have flipped that real quick because my finger, in the past would have been on the button to sell that shit when it pumped. And then when I saw it dump, I was just like, oh man, that could have been I could have really, increased my stack. So that mentality is still there, but I'm not acting on it, and I think that that's better. And prime example, I'm kind of infamous for my little pseudo rant on DS about just before big payday, buying in at 1.2 cents for the equivalent of a small Midwestern home. That was not a lie. With the big payday bonus that I got on those stakes, because I staked them immediately after, because obviously it did not pump after I bought at 1.2. And I staked it out. And even before the pump yesterday, I'm in the black considerably. And after the pump, it put my primary account over $1 million.
Nice,
so
dude. Nice.
Not too shabby. So, I'm excited. I'm stoked. I think there's really good things to come. I know you probably got to throw over to Hexo. Is it time?
Well, I was going to be going to him. Yeah, we got like another 2 minutes. I was going to go until Hexologist, but got someone else kind of that I don't know. They're we're gonna end it in like a couple minutes. Got the girlfriend kind of complaining about me. Hey, you're talking so loud and all this shit. It's like, all right.
Dude, here's a funny aside that you will appreciate. So my fiance and I, it's like I rarely drink. I couldn't tell you prior to last night, last time I had a drink, and I bought a bottle of champagne for New Year's. And so she was surprised because I don't normally drink. And it's almost midnight, and then Richard messages me on Telegram. So I'm messaging with Richard. I'm staking that 3.149 million, waiting for it to go through on Uniswap because it crapped out twice. So I'm literally messaging Richard, telling him, hey man, sorry, I got to step outside to pop a bottle of champagne. He's like, no worries, have fun, Happy New Year. And then boom, I'm putting my stake through. So it's like, talk about some hardcore hexing right up to New Year's. I was doing it. So anyhow, it looks like you have got some distractions. My camera's
Dude,
falling over.
yeah, I had you in the headphone, and then right as you were saying what you were doing, for the New Year's with the, something about the wife, the wireless headphones went dead, and I was like,
Oh no. Well,
because
play it back because you got to jump off. Hexo's starting.
yeah,
Listen to it later. The people that were
yeah.
watching heard me, so it's all good.
Awesome, man. Well, yeah, dude. Thank you. Thanks for coming on, and the next time we'll definitely we can definitely do it towards the have a little bit more. I can prepare a little bit more to have you on for a little bit longer.
We'll do a deeper dive. We'll talk about my upcoming show after I release this thing I'm working on. I've got my weekly stream I'm planning to do on Saturdays after Hexo. It'll be Hex 101 with Toby Wan. And I'll be doing live buying and staking of Hex. Might be a situation where I'm giving away some of those stakes. It's going to be fun. I've got a really good outline, and we'll be doing that soon. So you can help me kind of get the word out. And of course, I want you on. I want you to come on when I get it going, because I'll also try to do some interviews and stuff. I mean, I can't compete with what you guys are doing, but I'll do my little tutorials, and then I'll have some interviews every once in a while.
Oh, for sure, man. And Gary Funding Jim, he's saying, let me show it real quick. He's saying, I guess Hexlive.tv, and then he's saying sign up if you broadcast. Yeah, we will. Cool. I guess I will. I will cut it off here. I'll kind of just do maybe like a 2-minute outro, but yeah, we definitely. Yeah, I guess I'll just cut it right here for you, Toby. But yeah, let me say thanks for coming on, my friend.
Thanks. Exactly. Happy New Year.
Thank you. You too, bro. Okay, so what I was gonna say is, for people like Toby that are streaming, all of us are myself at least. I'm definitely willing to retweet people that are doing things for the benefit of Hex and spreading Hex adoption and awareness. So I think it's great that Toby is not only doing stuff on the sidelines, but also sometime soon in the future we'll be doing live streams and also providing content. So yeah, dude, I would be going, man, but kind of want to keep the relationship, so gotta keep the lady happy every now and then, so but anyways, yeah, we're gonna cut it off here. Thank you so much, Ski Cat. We had Ski Cat show up and donate to noon what the hell are they called, Ninjets, I think, something like that. So the 10,000 lemons. So thank you. And then Gary as well. He did a stream last night with or yesterday with Rye Guy, something like that. And he's also doing a lot of good stuff. So check out Funding Jim. That's his channel right there on YouTube. And it's also Gifting You Hex. That's on DLive, and just check him out. You can find his links. And yeah, let's see. My bro says Ski Cat is the man. That's one of my brothers. He's the first person, one of the first people that I actually got into Hex and was more open-minded than some of the other people that I know in my circle that were willing to grasp the concept. So he, my brother mentioned the grandpa comment about the savings bonds. That's why you, to the person's question about oh, I don't get it on Hex, you're paying yourself in the future, and you're doing it with no middleman, and you're doing it in the CD. You're also paying yourself in the future, but it's at a locked rate. It's also got a counterparty risk, which is the bank, and it's also got other externalities like inflation that actually drive the value down of the interest that you would be earning in the traditional CD. So to that person's question, at the end of the day, something is only as valuable as someone is willing to pay for it. Richard's mentioned false scarcity and things like that, and the Pokemon cards and the Beanie Babies and the tulips and whatever else. But things like cryptocurrency and things like Hex, not only are they audited, not only are they complete, not only will they do what Bitcoin wanted to do and what it couldn't do, but it's the superior product. It's all done. The code, everything, it's all done. It's complete. Like I said, it's audited, and there's also a giant community and a giant presence that are not only building things, Hex.vision, you can go to Staker in your URL, type in staker.app, and you can download an app whether you're on Android or Apple. So yeah, he says, my bro says, good video, Bran. I'll hop on here with you sometime, man. Let's make it happen. Exactly. And I wanted to get him on before Big Payday, and that was kind of like the hype event at the time. But it's just so cool how much Hex is recovered. So gotta get out, gotta end the stream, you know. But love all you guys. You know, thank you, Ski Cat, for you know all that you do. You're changing a lot of lives, and you're really making a huge impact. And then same thing with everyone donating. So all right, peace out, everyone, and I'll see you on Sunday. Okay, peace.